Shanghai. Located south of Beijing, it sits upon its beautiful harbors and vast landscapes. It's quite possibly one of the greatest cities in the world. Home to over 14 million people, a substantial monument in China's great success in its economics and keeping its cultural tradition. Shanghai, lying on the East Pacific coastline, going up north, you will find Beijing, another major city in China, cooperating with one another in many different projects. To reach Shanghai from our home city, Portland, traveling by plane, it will take 15 hours across the sea, onto land 5,783 miles away. Shanghai's longitude is 31 degrees north, and its latitude is 121 degrees east. Moving onward to appreciate Shanghai for its great appeal, one of the most beautiful man-made features we stumble upon is the Bund. The Bund stretches for 1.5 kilometers and will take someone around 1 to 2 hours to finish on this walk. There are various activities to participate, including astounding photography, looking out in the night scenery, and maybe even taking a cruise. From start to finish, you see the historical buildings, the Broadway mansions, meteorological signal towers, Astor House, Hotel Museum, and many more to come. One of Shanghai's most beautiful physical features is the Yangtze River. It is named for the longest river in Asia and third in the world for a reason, reaching just under 4,000 miles long. For thousands of years, the river has been used for water irrigation, sanitation, transportation, industry, and boundary marking, and also quite the view. The city is located on the coast of the East China Sea, between the mouth of the Yangtze River to the north and the Bay of the Huanghe to the south. What makes it unique because it has a river that wraps around the city, giving it amazing views and major advantages to the city's advancement, like exportation of goods. The family structure in Shanghai is the families are limited to only one child due to China's overpopulation. However, that one child gets very well paid attention to and gets plenty of love from his elders, comparing to its American family, only really averaging around 2 to 3 children. It is not much different for both families. The children grow up to take on their own responsibilities given by their parents and work hard in their studies in order to pursue a successful career.
It's agriculture. The government of Shanghai knows that agriculture is very important and simply cannot be overemphasized, so they are always trying to develop planting, stock breeding, forestry, and fisheries to furthermore advance in the future. The city's advantageous geographical location endows it with favorable conditions for agricultural development. Despite the comparative shortage of arable land, moderate temperature, sunlight, rainfall, and fertile soil make the region famous for its high yield of agricultural production in China. Generally, the region can produce enough grain, meat, eggs, milk, vegetable, and fruit for consumers in the city and suburbs. Some agricultural products are sold to neighboring areas or even exported to foreign countries. It's industrial. The Great Leap of Shanghai's economy benefited from the granted fast development of its industry. In the past, the city made its priority to advance manufacturing industries and have promoted the construction of its projects in the industrial base. The manufacture of automobiles, electronic and communication equipment, petrochemicals, steel products, equipment assemblies, and biomedicine had once been promoted as the 6 pillar industries of Shanghai.
Although Shanghai is great, every city has its ups and downs. An environmental concern for this country is all the air pollutants from the factories and industrial type activities. In January 2013, it experienced the worst air quality in history, not such a positive factor. However, currently, for the past years, they've been trying to find solutions to the problem and testing out new comprehensive plans to lessen the pollutants. The Environmental Protection Ministry will cut the concentration levels of PM 2.5 for the Beijing-Tianjin heavy regional cluster by 25% by 2017 from the 2012 level. Also, will cut the Yangtze River Delta region, including Shanghai, by 20%, and for the Pearl River Delta region, including Guangzhou, by about 15% in addition by 2017.
The theme of movement in Shanghai has a large part of our infrastructure because being a big city, it is constantly changing and redesigning its physical aspect. New ideas are discussed among countries, trying to make Shanghai and other regions a better place. The government plays a major role in Shanghai's infrastructure because they are the ones who pay for all the roads, building facilities, and such. Without the Shanghai government, there would be no one to pay the required dues. This has helped develop Shanghai's educational systems because they have been communicating with various countries around the globe. Shanghai is able to grasp information about teaching styles and content literature, adding on to its already outstanding education.
Climate. For Shanghai's climate, the year starts off at the end of winter, working its way back to the beginning of spring. It begins to warm up to the 70 and 80 degree weather in the summertime. It is very hot and humid, and you can enjoy nice weather daily. Towards the end of summer, it rains quite a bit, continuing into the fall. Winters are cold and you do see snow, but when it does, it isn't too heavy. Religion. In Shanghai, it is said that anyone can pursue any religion they please. However, public worship is frowned upon. Most people living here are atheists, who is someone who lacks belief or worship a god. The other 30% is made up of Buddhists, Muslim, Taoists, and Christian. Topography. As a part of Yangtze River Delta Plain, Shanghai has a low open terrain about 4 meters above sea level, crisscrossed by a maze of natural waterways.
Language. The most commonly spoken language there is Mandarin. To be specific, a dialect from the Wu Chinese group. In their educational systems, it is open to take any popular given language around the world. Kids today are encouraged to learn English as it will help them in the future being able to communicate with the Americas. Economic resources. Manual labor is a big production in Shanghai because of all the factory workers and people out on the farms trying to provide for the city. There is much land surrounding Shanghai, currently uses either farmland or possible plans to expand out from the city. Some recreational. Living in a big city, there is much you can do. In your downtime, activities include eating out, singing karaoke, and going out / watching movies. People also enjoy gathering together for conversation and to play card and table games. If you simply aren't into the whole staying at home thing, you can go catch a sporting event. In Shanghai, they love to watch soccer, table tennis, swimming, and badminton. A little different from the Americas, but you can still have a fun time.
你好，我不喜欢你。